Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Data Analysis with Dr. Veronica. In this tutorial, we will go through the MED function and we will see with examples how to nest the MED function with other functions such as search, trim, and learn so that we can optimize the use of the MED function. The MED function is another type of text function, just like right function, left function. Now we are looking at MED. So if you want to understand how to use the right and left functions, the link to those videos are in the description box. The MED function is a text function that allows you to extract a substring from the middle of a text string. In our previous videos, we have looked at the left function and the right function, which are also text functions that allows you to extract a substring from the right or the left side of a text string. So the MED function we are looking at in this particular video is to extract a substring from a text string. Now, this information that we have here, the first name and the last name, is the entire text string. A substring would be extracting any of the information like bell or door or something in between, right? So we are going to go right into it, how to use the MED function. So right here, I'll put the equal to sign, which is very important when you want to start writing a function or a formula. And I just write here MED, open the bracket, and the MED function has three arguments. The MED function syntax has the text argument, the start number, and the number of characters. So the first argument, which is text, is basically asking you for the text string that you want to do the extraction of the substring from. In this case, this is the information that is in cell A3, which I have just selected, and I put the comma separator. The next argument, which is the start number, is asking. So the MED function is basically asking you, where do you want to start extracting the substring from? Okay, which number? So you need to represent this by showing the position of the text that you want to start extracting your substring from. In this case, I would like to extract bell, okay? And the first alphabet, which is B in bell, is located in position number 5. So how do I know this? Basically, I count 1, 2, 3, 4. So door is 4 alphabets, and the space character is also recognized as a character. So the space is character number 5, all right? So the position of the first alphabet that I want to extract is in position number 6. So I put 6 there. And the next argument is saying the number of characters. So the information, the substring that I want to extract, how many characters is it? In this situation, the characters is just 4 because I want to extract the word bell. So I'm going to put 6 there and I close the bracket. And this is just also to note that all the arguments in the MED syntax are all compulsory, not like other functions you have where one of the arguments may be optional. In this case, you have to provide information for all 3 arguments, and I hit the enter button, and this is exactly what I have. So if I just drag this down by taking my cursor to hover around the intersection between the lower side of the rectangle, and I just drag down, this is the information that I have. And also for the purposes of clarity, for the people who are going to view this video, so I am just going to put the formula by the side so that you can see for sure what it is. And this is the formula that we used to achieve this particular result. So I'm going to do the same for here. I copy the formula right from the formula bar. And after selecting the cell where I want to paste the formula, I go to the formula bar, I put an inverted comma, before I put my formula and I hit the enter button. So the formula is very visible for us to see, right? So these are the formulas that was used to achieve this particular result. Now, in the second example, we would also look at how we can use the mid function with the value function to get a numeric value. Like I said before, the mid function is a text function. So what this means is that every response or every result you generate using the mid function alone is going to come up as a text, okay? But if you want numbers to show up as numeric values, you have to nest your mid function with the value function. And this is what we are going to do right away. So I do this, which is mid. I open the bracket, the text the text string which I want to do the extraction from, I have just selected that. The position of the starting number. So the position of the character that I want to extract, okay, which is the starting number. Basically, it is the position. So in this case, I want to extract the number 703. Okay, this is what I want to extract. And I am going, the starting number, so basically it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 stands at position number 5. So I'm going to put 5 there. And I put the comma separator, and the next argument is the number of characters that I want to extract. So I want to extract just 3 characters, 703. So I put 3 right here, and I close my bracket, and I hit the enter button on my keyboard, and I have this result. But it is important to note that this particular 703 that we see is not represented as a number. It is represented as text because the mid function is a text function. The result, the output of the mid function comes out as text. And what this means is that you cannot apply arithmetic functions to this number because Microsoft Excel does not recognize it as a numeric value. It recognizes it as a text. Okay, how do we convert this number? How do we convert this value showing up as a text to a numeric value? And another question will be, how would you know that this is coming up as a text and not a numeric value? You can do a quick check on that. And basically, you just try to add both of them together to see what you're going to have. So I'm going to add this, the sum of these two values. Let me just correct this. And open the parentheses and add 2 of them together and let us see whether we are going to get a response. So Excel is giving me 0 because it is not recognizing this input as numeric values. It is recognizing them as text, and of course we know that we cannot add text values, right? So how do we convert this to values? We do this by just nesting the mid function inside the value function. And of course, the value function has only one argument. It is asking for the text it needs to convert into numeric values. And this is what I have. I will just hit the enter button. And as we can see right here, the sum, which I was trying to get here, we have seen that it has been able to add the first number, which has been converted to a numeric value. So I will just drag the function down so that I can apply the same format to the next line, which is this. And we can see that the function sum has been activated. So the function sum has worked, okay, by converting the text values to numeric values using the value function. And I am also going to copy this formula right from the formula bar, and I will paste it right here for easy visibility for the viewers of this particular video. And this is what I have right here. I'll do the same for the next one. And I select the cell where I want to copy that, and I go to the formula bar to do the copy and to do the copy and paste, of course. For example number 3, we want to use the mid function to get the first names of these text strings that we see right here. And let us see how we can use the mid function to achieve this. So we put the equal to sign, type the mid function, and open the bracket. So the text, which is the text you're trying to extract your substring from, is this. The starting number of the substring that you want to extract, the position of the starting alphabet. And in this case, it is 1 because, like I said, I want to extract the first name only. And I put the comma separator. The number of characters for the first name in the first example under example number 3 is 4. And I close the bracket. So when I drag this format down so that it can be applicable to other text strings, this is what I get. Okay, so this is one of the limitations of the mid function, using it on its own to get substrings from a text string, because it is very fixed and it just gives you what you asked for. But in this particular example, we can see that this cannot be applicable because this is SPRI is not the first name for this particular text string, right? The first name is spring, just like we have here. The first name is incredible, not INCR. So how do we fix this so that we can get all the first names for all these values that we have right here? So we can do this by nesting the mid function with the search functions, okay? And if you want to see a video of how we use the search function to achieve a lot of results of optimization in Microsoft Excel, the link to that video is in the description box. So please do well to go and look at the video explaining how to use the search function and what the search function is, how you can nest the search function with other functions to have better optimization in Microsoft Excel. And also, we do know that knowing how to use Microsoft Excel is all about practice. So you have to practice what you learn. And for that reason, the link to this practice file is in the description box. So you can click on the link to download the practice file and practice as I go along, as you go along to watch the video. So we are going to include the search function inside the mid function so that we can get the first names for all these text strings that we have right here. And the search function instead is a position function, okay? And we are going to do this. How do we, of course, include the search function? We are going to include the search function in the position of the number of characters. And what we are going to tell Excel to do basically is this, okay? Search. Okay, so the first argument is find text, and I want Excel to find the space. And this is, of course, to mention that one of the patterns that we have observed in the values that we have right here in all these text strings is that the first name is separated from the last name with a space character separator, okay? So we are going to use this pattern that we have observed, which is the space character, to tell Excel we need the first names up to the point where you have the space character. So all the characters up till the point of the space is what we need. Okay, so this, I have included the search function. I open the bracket. It is asking me to find what text, and I am telling it find the space character, and this is what I have just done. Okay, I use the inverted comma to specify the space character, and I use the comma separator. Find the space within this text, okay? And I am going to close the bracket because, of course, the third argument for the search function is optional. And I hit the enter button on my keyboard. And let me drag this down to see what the outcome will be. Now, this is the result that we have. Easy peasy and very smooth. We can see all the characters, all the first names. So all the characters for the first name has appeared just like we have seen right now. So this is applicable, of course, when you have a long range of data where all the first names are not the same number of characters. And just like I have done for the previous examples, I am going to copy the formula and paste right here for easy visibility for the people who are going to watch this video. So I do the same for here. And of course, I would leave the other ones that you can also copy and paste in the formula bar, okay, so that you can practice that on your own. Example number 4, in this situation, we want to use the mid function to get just the last names for these text strings that we have right here. And let us see how we can use the mid function to achieve this. So we put the equal to sign, type in mid, and open the brackets. We have the text string where we want to extract the substring from. You put the comma separator. The starting number for the surname for this first example, under example number 4, is Bell. So the starting alphabet is Bell, which is B in Bell. And B, the position of B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to put 6 right there. And the number of characters for the surname Bell is 4. And let us do this and see what happens. Okay, for this first example, it works perfectly fine. But when I drag the formula when I drag the function to be applicable to this other text, we can see that we are not getting the result that we desire. Okay, because for Springboard, we are getting something really weird. For Incredible Mom, we're also getting something really weird. This is not what we want. We want the last names only, right? So this means we can observe, first of all, we can observe that there is a pattern, which is that we have just the first name and the last name, and the first name is separated from the last name with a space character. So we can capitalize on this pattern to see how we can get just the last name, just like we did in example number 3. But for example number 3, we were trying to get the first names. This example number 4, we're trying to get the last name. And how are we going to fix this? So let us tell Excel that the starting number will be from the space character afterwards, okay, from the space character afterwards. So this is going to be our starting number. We want every character beginning from the space character afterwards, right? So I'm going to use the starting number. I will change this to the search function, open the bracket, and the text we're looking for, of course, is the space character, which I have put in inverted commas, and I use this comma separator. We are looking for the space character within this text, and I'm just going to close the bracket and hit the enter button to see how this turns out to be. Right? By dragging this down, this is what we have. I mean, this is still not the results that we desire to have. Okay, there is something missing. And what is missing is that what Excel is basically providing for us is 4 characters, including the space, right? Because here we have a space before BEL, okay, just like we have in this function that I've opened up. The nesting of the function, we can see that the number of characters is 4, and including the space and after, okay, Excel is turning up 4 characters for us, which is not what we exactly want. So we want to tell Excel, give us all the characters after the space. And then I am going to put another function here, which is called len. And basically, the len function is another text function that returns the number of characters in a text string. It returns all the total number of characters in the text string that is selected. And I open the bracket for the len function. It has only one argument, which is called text. So I'm going to select this text right here, and I close the bracket, and I hit the enter button on my keyboard to see what this provides for us. Now, we can see that the result we have is almost perfect. Okay, it is not exactly perfect. I said almost perfect because we still see this weird space before each of the last names. So just like we have here, the first names came out pretty nice. Okay, we are also expecting that the result for the last names will come out without the space in front of the last names. And how can we achieve this? Of course, we can achieve this using another text function, which is called trim. Okay, so the trim text function basically removes unwanted spaces in your output. It removes unwanted spaces in text. Okay, and it is another text function. So we are just going to nest all these functions that we have done inside the trim function. Okay, and I've opened the bracket. The text is everything that is right there, and I am just going to close the bracket and let us see what this turns out to be. And I will just drag what I have done, and this is what we have. Very pretty. So this is how to get the last name, okay, using the meet function while nesting the meet function with other functions such as trim, search, and learn functions. And I am going to also copy this set of formulas and functions, and I am going to paste them right here so that the people who are watching this video, you of course can see what the function is, and you have to try this out by yourself so that you can actually master it on your own. And like I mentioned before, the link to this practice file is in the description box. So when you click on the link, the practice file will download automatically to your device, and you can use the practice file to learn this. And of course, I have a video where I talked about most of these text functions such as trim and learn. Okay, the link to those videos is in the description box. So do well to watch those videos if you do not know how to use these functions and you want to get a grip of it. So I will leave these other parts so that, of course, you can copy and paste on your own to practice. Now we have another example, but in this example, we are going to look at some rules or some peculiarities with the meet function, the things that you're not allowed to do in the meet function. And when you do them, you're going to get either a 0 response or you're going to get an error message. Okay, the first one is that, of course, the starting number, okay, if the starting number is more than, if the value of the starting number that you're giving to the meet function is more than the number of characters that is in the text that you are extracting the substring from, then you're not going to get the result that you expect. So let us try to see what this turns out to be. I've selected the text, and let us assume that you put a starting number which is 50, okay, and you say the number of characters you want is 2, okay. You can see that Excel has returned nothing for me. And of course, this is very logical, because if you say, if the total number of characters here, which I'm just going to determine using the learn function, by the way, of course, the total number of characters is 22, but you can see in our example, we are telling the starting number we are telling the meet function to give us a text, a substring, where the starting number is in position number 50. This does not exist, right? So this is super logical. Now, the second thing to note about the meet function is that, of course, if your starting number is, you say, number 4, which in this case is correct, but your number of characters is 0, okay, Excel will also return nothing for you, because you're saying the number of characters is nothing, so it's returning nothing for you. This is super logical as well. Now, the third thing to note is that if your number of characters is negative, you're going to get a value error, because, of course, all these numbers and the positioning are in positive values. You do not have in -1 position in this particular set of text string that you have right here. So these are things to note when using the meet function, and these are likely errors that can make you not get the result that you desire when you're using the meet function. If you like the contents of this video, please give me a thumbs up so that the YouTube algorithm will pop up the video when other people search for the use of meet function in Microsoft Excel. Okay, and please hit the notification bell, okay, so that you will be notified whenever I post new contents to my YouTube channel. And of course, give me a thumbs up if you like what you have watched, and if this video has added value to you. Please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel if this is your first time of stopping by. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back, and drop in the comment section what videos you would like to see me turn up in the subsequent sessions. Thank you so much for stopping by. And for today, we learned how to use the meet function. We also saw how to nest the meet and the search function, and we also saw how to nest even further the meet function with search, with learn, and with trim. And we also looked at the pitfalls when using the meet function. What are the things to look out for and common errors that should be avoided? Thank you for stopping by and for watching this video, and I see you in another video.